Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. Now, returning to the son of a bitch. Okay, now that that distraction is out of the way, we can return to the garden. We have another tutorial here, don't we? Oh my god, just move on with it. Yeah, I get all this crap. Your Guardian Forces will level up as you gain experience points, blah blah blah, AP, blah blah blah. Now we gotta go change into our uniforms because the seed exam is coming up, and this is something that Squall has been waiting for a while. Ooh, found a cure draw point. Stock 3 cures. Now, something I had to do, unfortunately, I did do a little bit of grinding in order to get my characters more powerful, but it's not like the level grinding you would see in previous games. For example, we're level 9. We really only gained 2 levels since we left the Fire Cavern. But what we did do, on the other hand, was gain a lot of magic. Notice I have sleep and water section in here. What you can do is junction your magic to different statuses, depending on what your Guardian Force has the ability to do, and that dramatically increases your ability. For example, hold on. Our HP, if we junction something to it, like fire, or sleep, better yet, a little bit more powerful, it increases our maximum HP. Strength increases rather dramatically when I use the water spells that I've accumulated, and you get most of these by drawing them out from enemies, or you could draw them from the draw points like this here. It's going to take a little while for that to reform, so I can draw from it again. But that's the kind of thing, and that's really how you increase the strength of your characters. More powerful spells junctioned in your characters. Also, your Guardian Forces will level up. Like FFVIII now I have on Squall. I can junction HP, strength, and some other crap. But gaining these abilities here are really the best thing that you can do with the enemies that you defeat, because you gain AP, and AP increases these things. Also, the experience points increase level your Guardian Forces. But the reason why you don't want to really level up your characters like you would in most of the other games is because the enemies don't just get left in the dust by you. We're on Balam Island, and it's the weakest island in the entire game for enemies. But if I were to return here at the end game, where, like, let's say I have a level 60 characters, and I return here, the enemies I'm going to fight are going to be level 60 as well. They may be the simple, kind of somewhat weak enemies that you encounter on this island, but they'd still be level 60 and they still put up a fight. The problem is that the problem with that is that the enemies, when they gain levels, they gain strength faster than you do. So let's say I had a level 100 or level 99 Squall, and I was fighting a level 99 enemy. It'd be more difficult for me to fight that enemy at level 99 than it would be for me to fight at level, say, 10. And I know some people who played through this game run from every battle that they can, essentially resulting in characters at the end of the game having only maybe level 10 or something like that, which can be, that's a little excessive. I'm not going to go way out of my way to fight or kill a whole lot of enemies, but I'm also not going to run from every single battle I run into. It's not really going to be that hard of a game, but just to let you know that that is a very viable strategy. Keep your characters at extremely low levels. Save point. There's no memory card there. Okay, we're gonna go and change into this. Now, there's some exactly what the damn it, exactly what the exam is going to be is not yet known. I imagine that it changes each time because the way the garden works is by contracting out the services of the mercenaries. So they can't always have a contract just sitting on the side ready for their students to graduate. But anyway, this is what Squall looks like when he's in his trainee or initiate or whatever name they use for it uniform. Boom, boom. Okay, moving on. Now that we're in the uniform, we're going to go down to the front of the, what was it called? Where the signpost is, where we showed Bedhead Girl. The way around. Back at that place, we will, that's where we're supposed to meet up. Now this is the uniform that you're going to see a majority, we don't have to find our way all the way back there. See, Quisa's there wearing a different uniform, that's a Seed uniform, because she's a full-fledged Seed, also an instructor. He's coming from the wrong direction. Zell? That's a terrible name. Oh, he doesn't want to work with Zell. A little flashy, huh? Was your hands dirty? Oh, Squall doesn't care. Ah, jeez, he's got limit breaks. They're gonna go through all this kind of crap. What you do with Zell's limit breaks is you input these commands, kind of like what you did with, well, actually quite a bit different than what happened with Tifa in the previous game. You have to input the commands and then, rather than just doing spinners. Still finishing his sentences, damn it, woman. Oh, burn. Haha. What an incredible, inspiring leader. Before we go out though, let's go talk to them. This is Headmaster Sid. He is he's sort of like the co-leader of the garden here. And he's hoping that both Squall and Cypher go and pass the test because they have yet to have anybody in Seed that is capable of using a gunblade. Alright, all bossy all of a sudden. Let's do this thing. Wait, hold on. The garage was in a different direction. What the hell are we doing here? Jeez, you're driving in the center of the road. Stop being a dick and just show him your weapon. Have to keep doing that, don't you? Isn't that a little dangerous? Yeah, I think this team may be a little too volatile. Really, dude? Really had to go there? Squall seems to be the only one in the truck that doesn't care that he said that. Okay, we have the ability to drive in this game. Isn't that something weird? Boom. Ha. Now, this is really the only time in the game that we have to drive anywhere. The rest of the times we can walk everywhere, and at different points in the game we're going to have the ability to go and rent a car or a truck or whatever the hell it is you rent and drive around, and it helps you drive around so you can avoid any battles, which is actually a pretty good idea in this game because you really don't want to be getting in too many fights because fights suck. You gain experience points. You don't really want to be gaining experience points, and this just helps you get around that. But really, it's not something you're going to be doing that many times in the game. I usually find myself only driving during this one part. Plus, you have to worry about gasoline. You can't just... I mean, this point it's not a problem because it's such a short distance, and I'm not sure you even have to factor in gas while driving at this point in the game. But you do have to worry about it when you rent a car and drive around. You will eventually run out of gas and then have to walk it from there. Alright, let's go. No! Alright, don't be a dick about it. That weird little thing you just did that you can't see was the garden salute. They're blaming it on her. Oh, off we go. Geez, looks like a long way away. The ocean's... Oh, wait, hold on. Well, maybe it probably would have been best if they didn't show us our destination. Yeah, you know he doesn't mean that. Huh. Yeah, probably shouldn't have made him captain. Although he probably wouldn't accept any other role. Dude, come on. Yeah. Okay. From this point on, you have to worry about the kind of things that you do in this battle. It affects your final score, because they are scoring what you do. I don't think it's a good idea to really refuse an order, so I'm just going to say, okay. How do we get out of here? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, Cypher ran ahead, and Zell is following right behind, but Cypher will be part of our party. As such, we have to make sure that we equip the Guardian Force on both him and Zell, because, well, duh. Now, both of the Guardian Forces that Priestess had, damn it, where is she? Gotta get them off of her. And put them on these guys here. Don't have any magic, so remember, if you don't have any magic, you can't use magic, so I didn't bother putting it on them. And these guys will not have any magic spells in their inventory, even though they're using the same Guardian Force that Priestess did. So as a result, they will not be able to junction anything there. And I guess that's it. Let's do this. Now, do not talk to these guys if you want to get a higher ranking, but notice this is the bedhead girl standing there. Two soldiers of the G army, the Galbata army. See what kind of magic these guys have. Stuff that we pretty much already have. So, I'm just going to kill these two. Down he goes. Now notice the way that Cypher attacks he has a gunblade which is similar to what Squall's weapon is, but it's a little bit of a different kind, and he attacks with sort of a backhand stroke. And same as with Squall, if you hit the R1 button as you attack, you go and do a little bit more damage. Now we're going to go proceed to Central Square. I don't know what these guys' objection is, but they seem to be hanging back a bit more. Oh, hell, that was a hell of a jump there. Okay, I'm not going to talk to these guys. But one of the things I did do was, in that battle, I drew a bunch of magics from the different soldiers there. So I can link stuff to these characters. Here we go. HP, best boost there, and get something out of the thunder. Although it would have been better if I had fire. Also, Squall has that kind of stuff on him too. Oh! Is this, hold on. This is... Ha! Elemental attack. Good doing a fire elemental attack, or Elizabeth... hell, you know what I mean. I've linked ice magic there, or thunder magic, so I have a thunder elemental attack on Squall's hits. This guy's out of his mind. Oh, those two candidates back there I didn't talk to. If you did talk to them, you would find that they were basically giving up on the battle. They started to feel sick and then just hid in that room there. I guess it's kind of expected that a lot of these guys will sort of puss out and not be willing to go through with anything, which is why the seeds are there, too, to carry out the mission in the event that these guys screw it up. Okay, we've reached the Central Square, and this is where our mission objectives told us what we have to get to, and then we just hold this area down. So we've pretty much already accomplish our objective once we kill these enemies off. Now, I gotta go search for guys. There's one over here. Before we move on, because after this battle, the music is going to change. Something I want to point out about the music in this point was this is not the original music that was intended to go with the game. Anybody who ever played the demo for Final Fantasy VIII will notice it was a very different sounding kind of music that was, I don't know, I wouldn't say it was actually better than this one. It was probably not, but it did have its own very distinct sound to it. Oh, limit break. Let's do this limit break real quick. Crazy! But anyway, the victory fanfare. The music that was originally supposed to go on this part of the game was very different, and they ended up changing it. And if you listen to the music, and if you ever had seen the Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage movie The Rock, you'd have to notice a very distinct similarity between the two. So similar, in fact, that I find it a little difficult to believe that it was accidental or coincidental. So I have to think that that song originally inspired the song that was going to be playing, and if you do want to hear that, it was a song that I had used on the trailer for this series. So when I made the trailer for Final Fantasy VIII, I used that song rather than the actual song used in the game. But you hear that compared to what was in The Rock, which is a fairly new movie at the time. You hear the similarity. But anyway, getting through this battle. Alrighty. And here we go. We've reached a good milestone here, so I'm going to end this episode here. And when we come back for the next one, we will take on the second part of the Raid on Dollet mission.